And my question to you, are you ready? Ready to receive the information? And you should be, because we have a fantastic presenter today for you. My name is Grace, and I'd like to extend to you the warmest of welcomes to Affiliate Marketing 3.0 presentation event. And if you are new today, this is your first time attending this presentation, you are lucky. You picked the best day to come because of the presenter that we have today. And please go ahead to get the most out of this presentation. Get your notebook. Start a notebook on this because important things are written down, right? And so this may be an important thing for you, but I'm pretty sure that it is important. So get your notebook, get your pens ready to jot down a few notes, and then also you may want to jot down a few questions because later on we will give you the opportunity to ask those questions. But right now, buckle your seatbelts, put on your best ears, and listen to Chantal, who is coming all the way from the Netherlands to be able to present to us today. She's a ranked leader and just an extraordinary person to know and listen to. Chantal, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Grace, for this introduction. And it is always a privilege to be here with you. Let me immediately share my screen and go to the, one second. Something doesn't show right. Sorry, Grace, something didn't show right.
Not a problem.
Yeah, now it is. Now it should be fine.
Okay.
Yes. Let me immediately go to the presentation. Get everything right on the screen.
Looks good.
So this is going to be a comfortable screen. Second is, yeah. Now everything should be clean.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so especially what Grace was saying, a very special welcome to everybody who is here for the very, very first time. My name is Chantal, and it was about 5 years ago that I was for the very first time in a presentation like this. And it has been an incredible journey, a lifestyle that gave me flexibility and an opportunity that allows me to share this space today with you. And I hope that this would be for you also the beginning of a beautiful journey. So 3FO, the sister of Affiliate Marketing 3.0. Why 3? Because everything we do is Web3 empowered. And that basically means everything is future ready. It is related to crypto and blockchain. So everything is on-chain and very transparent. And for me, that is the foundation of why you can trust the business and the beauty of the opportunity that is here. Because we have direct access to our own development team, and we're creating our own future as an ecosystem. And that is where the future of business development is going to. And right now, you have a very unique opportunity, because although this company is a number of years old and has laid fantastic foundations with its crypto platform, the opportunity now for you is to be at the beginning of a new platform. And that is a very lucrative step, because all the value is created along the way. And because you're in the front line, you are getting the benefits of that development that is taking place. So when you're evaluating and when you're talking to the person that has invited you, talk about those parts because it will help you make the right decision. And then the second part that I love, it is really simple, because in this company, in this opportunity, we earn daily in Ethereum. And Ethereum is also called the silver of cryptocurrencies. And you know how sustainable silver and gold have been over the ages. So in that sense, your mindset can be, this is a sustainable business that has laid the foundation on ages of money developments and financial system developments in a time that everything is changing every day. So if you are a type of person that wants to have its future a little bit predictable, then here, this is a very nice pathway to consider. Everyday Ethereum plus access to a few top products that are allowing you to stretch yourself a little bit into that financial future of Web3 and crypto. But describing all that potential is all very nice, and it is important because we have to have a purpose, we have to have a vision, and we have to have dreams. But we're starting today. And when we're starting today, we start very basics. And everybody in this system is starting with the same basics. And we're doing that with the Ignition Pack. It is costing $500 Ethereum base, and it gives everybody the same starting point in this system. And I'm going to explain to you what that means. So first of all, the products. First of all, you are getting 4 coupons. And those 4 coupons are for 4 different products. The first is our LquidPay Choice Card. We've been developing LquidPay DealBank as an on-chain banking system that is accessible through our LquidPay Choice Card, which means that when you earn in crypto, you can put it on the card and you can spend, you can use the card in the same way as any credit card. You can spend your crypto anywhere online, in shops, or at an ATM. And it's possible because we are backed by Visa. So we're having access to millions of franchises and point of sale points where Visa is accepted. And with this specific card, you have a single transaction limit up to $10,000 per swipe. So if you have $100,000 on your card, you can swipe 10 times to use it. Your personal cashback that you can earn is up to 3%. And then referral cashback, if you're sharing this opportunity with someone else, is from 0.1%. Then we have a second product. And the second product is taking you into the journey of trading. Everywhere in the world where traders are taking place, opportunities for earning good money are opened up for people. But trading is an art, and it's not always easy, and certainly not in new markets that have high numbers of transactions. So Protocol Yeald is the answer to that. This pass is allowing you to work with high frequency traders that have been tracked for over a year in their performance. And they know how to work in this market. And you are basically placing your funds under management of them. And you are then sharing the profits with them. So you have a 50% success fee. And the validity of this pass is a lifetime, and the asset under management on this specific pass as a taster is $500. It's a fantastic way of getting to know a system. Now, if you've had a little bit of experience of trading already, or if you have been, for example, maybe purchasing shares, then LFG is a really nice vehicle. Here, you are making your own trade decisions yourself. You're making your own decision which assets, crypto assets, you want to have. And to make it a little bit easier to you, LFG is a platform that is working in indexes. So, for example, an index of crypto assets that are all related to the market of providing liquidity, or an index of assets that are all related to computing power, for example. So you get the diversity, but you're also getting the focus of an industry or of an index. Plus, within LFG, it's also possible to create your own index. So if you're really good, you can create your own index, and you get a part of the share that the company is getting as a result of others buying into your index. Your index buying limit with the LFG Starter Pack is $10,000, and your subscription validity is 10 years. And LFG is absolutely amazing. It is the second generation of the DoDO journey we started with, and it is so smooth. I've tested it myself. But the core of this business, and when people ask you, so how does this company make money? That is through the development of Alpha AI. And if you are a member in in 3FO, then you will have access to Alpha AI, because Alpha AI is giving you the yield. So the Alpha AI yield is your effortless path to building wealth through decentralized finance. Forget about active trading. This is a fully managed vault that generates weekly yield by leveraging expert strategies across staking, yield farming, liquidity provisioning, and more. It is managed by the 3FO core team with audited smart contracts. The yield prioritizes capital preservation and transparent risk-adjusted returns. Your earnings are delivered weekly in real Ethereum, scaling with each active subscription or panel. So in simple terms, we have created an AI that is allowing our trading team to maximize results in the market. If you're buying a pack, they are guaranteeing you a weekly yield. And there's nothing you need to do for it. You can leave it at that. However, you can also really get into Alpha AI and get these signals and start trading yourself on the basis of the signals that you're receiving from Alpha AI. So the business is clear, the AI makes it transparent, and it gives you another opportunity for an income stream for yourself. Are you getting the picture of what 3FO is all about? It places you right in the middle of a whole host of developing opportunities to earn income. So let's start with the pragmatic part of what you do here. Your first step is to buy an ignition pack. The price is $500, and what you get for it is a LquidPay, Protocol Yeald, LFG starter pack, and with Alpha AI yield access. So are you reading it correct? It gives you yield access. So it gives you 1% of yield a week, which is $5 in passive yield, and it is that's backed by the diversified DeFi strategy of AI. But for everybody who has already been mining our own native coin BTCC on our own blockchain, there is a fantastic accelerator. Because in in 3FO, we are for the first time creating a use case between our own BTCC and Ethereum, which Ethereum on the base network, which is everywhere accessible and available. So it is the beginning of creating the match between our own safe and closed community on our own blockchain and the big wide world that is working with blockchain all around the world. And that's a really beautiful step for us to celebrate as a community. So how does it work? If you are buying a pack of $500, you are getting, if you do nothing, if you don't do any staking, you're getting 1% a month until you reach 2 times the value of your pack. We call that 2x. But if you're deciding to stake BTCC, which means at the end of the period you will get it back, then you can accelerate that yield percentage. And you can also increase the earning potential from 2 times to 3 times if your ratio of BTCC is 1-to-1, or 4 times if your ratio between Ethereum and BTCC is 1-to-2. And it has, depending on what your investment level is, it has also a scaling level of the yield. And that is what this picture is showing here. Because next to the $500 pack, there are multiple, there are sub-panels, which are basically a multiple of the 500 pack. So you see sub-panel 3 is 3 times 500 is 1,500. Sub-panel 9 is 9 times 500 is 4,500. And sub-panel 243 is 121,500. So if you would just purchase a panel or a sub-panel and you had no BTCC, your potential earning is 2 times the value of your panel. So let's say 1,500 would give you 3,000 earning potential, and that's paid out at 1% a week, 1% of the purchase value. However, if you would do a 1-to-1 staking, then that capacity increases to 3 times the value of your pack or your panel. So 3 times 1,500 would be 4,500. And that would be paid out at a 1.5%. Or if it is increased, it would be paid out over 2.5 times. And that would mean that you will put 1 times the value of BTCC against the panel. So that would be 1,500. But you can even increase better if you have a lot of BTCCs, because you could go for 2 times the value, which is $3,000 in BTCCs, because it's 2 times 1,500. And that is being paid out in 1.75% in Ethereum base as yield per week. So your BTCC is increasing your capacity to earn Ethereum base faster and more times, because here you would go all the way to $6,000 in Ethereum. So when you're sharing this with someone and you say, hey, if I would be able to give you an opportunity that allows you to make from $500 $2,000 of Ethereum, would you be interested to listen to a presentation? Or it can basically bring some, take the USD value in Ethereum to 4 times that USD value that you put in, then that is an amazing opportunity that is placed in front of you. And once you have made the purchase, there's pretty much nothing you need to do if you're not interested in creating a team. So, and if that wasn't everything, the company has created a amazing value proposition, because as I told you, we have a basic ignition pack. Everybody starts here, $500. But we have sub panels, and the sub panels are in a particular order, from 3 to 9 to 27 to 81 to 243. The ones of you that are thinking fast in numbers, that's every time a jump of 3 times the previous value. So you see it also from 1500 all the way to 120,500. And you can only open the next panel once you have, you can't jump. You go from 3 to 9 to 27 to 81 to 243. So if there was no BTCC staked, then you see that every panel opens up 1% of yield. If it is a 1-to-1 BTC, it goes from 1.25% to 2.5% of weekly yield. Then it becomes 3x. If it is from 1 to 2 BTCC, then it goes from 1.5% to 3%, and it becomes 4x. But then the company has said something else. The value of this is so clear to it that it is giving you the right for leverage. And that leverage can be used to take on a loan. And the first way of how you can use that loan is in this way, is with the panels, is within your own pack, within your own back office, you are increasing the panel value. You could take 50% loan of the $500 and put that already towards a deposit in your sub-panel 3, which means that the extra funds that are necessary to activate sub-panel 3 only need to be 1,250. That can either be new money, fresh money, or it could be yield earnings or commission earnings from the system itself that you have by doing the work, or a combination of it. And the same goes from, you could go, if you had a sub panel of 1,500 and you wanted to upgrade to 4,500, you could take 50% of that, which is 750. It goes into a deposit, and that means you only need to pay 3,750 in order to go to sub panel 9. But there's also another opportunity. Imagine that you are paying the full ignition pack and the full sub-panel 3 together, which is $2,000. Then you have a leverage of $250 and $750 at once, which is $1,000. And you could open up sub-panel 9, $3,500 in increased funding. So you can only have one loan open at a time, but you are allowed to use multiple panels together to create a higher loan. So the principle is always, when you're taking a loan, the pack that is the lowest, that is the one that is paying back the loan. And the yield of the highest pack is being released every week in your back office. Then there's a second part, how you could use the loan. You could also use the loan to act, if you're a builder, to actually help your team activate quicker in your downlines. So you could, on a strategic level, choose certain people that are your direct downlines, one way or another, that are in your downline, in your team, to help them get started quicker by you providing $125 loan. So they only pay $375 for a pack of 500. And you can do that to 2 downlines, because you're allowed to use $250 in 2 tranches of 125, so in 2 loans of 125, so you can empower 2 people. And that is absolutely amazing, because you will see a little bit later that in order to be able to get your first commission, you need to have 2 people in your downline, as a downline. So it helps you, it sets up for you for commission, and it helps your downline to start earlier, especially in countries where that is really important, because we are here a community where anyone from wherever around the world is playing with the same rules and is welcome. So it really makes a difference. And now there's also a summary for you to understand what the advantages are. So first of all, you have a guaranteed weekly yield. And then there are team-based earnings. When you grow in your team, you are getting commission. And then there are BTCC multipliers. As I just said, the BTCC is making sure that you go from 2x to 3x to 4x. It is completely transparent and on-chain, and it is sustainable growth. And as I said, we are an affiliate marketing financial operating system. So affiliate marketing is important, and that means we need to have an income plan. So we just explained how you can benefit from the ignition pack by the value in the pack, including the yield, the passive yield next to the products. If you are going to teach someone else, each one teach one, and you're starting to build a team, then there's also a compensation plan. And that's what we're calling the uni-level income plan. And that allows you income on 15 levels deep with a front that is maximized if you have 20 front lines, which means people that are directly linked to your position. And this is how it works. So for your first level, in order to be able to get income paid out, you need to have 2 front levels, and you get 10% over those 2 people of whatever their investments are. And that continues. If they then are going to share, so you get to the second level, then you need an extra direct referral, which is 3, and then you get 5% over those 3 people, and so on, all the way to level 15, where you need 20 front lines that are active, and then you have 1%. And active means it's a package that has income potential on it. It's paid and it has income potential left. So then you get 1% of all the 20 people that are there. And that's going crazy, because imagine that you find 5 people who are willing to find 5 people that are also duplicating. Then the first 5 people give you 10%, is $250 potential. And if they really duplicate all 5 of them, you have 25 people, which you all get paid over 5%, which is 625. And if all of them were really duplicating themselves, you get 125 people that are giving you an income of 4%, which is 2,500. And if they really duplicate themselves, you get to 625, for which you get 4%, which is 12,500. And if they also duplicate, you sit on 3,125 at 4%, which is 62,500, and so on and so on. So the potential is amazing. That's not all, because those 4 products that you receive, they need a community that is expanding, that is active, that is growing. And we, with our network marketing and affiliate marketing work, are basically switching on that machine. And for that, the company wants to reward us. And therefore, it says we are, from our AI income, we are putting 50% aside to distribute in the distribution network. And therefore, across the 15 levels that you have been building, we are providing you also a yield. That's working as follows. If you have level 1, 2 directs, then you get 10% of what the passive yield is that these directs are making. And if you have level 2, and there are 3 people who are in level 2, 3 people direct, then you get over level 2, 5% of those 3 people. And that goes all the way down to level 15, where you need to have 20 direct people, and then you get 2% over those 20 people. And 20 front lines is not the limit. You can have as many front lines as you want. But if you're wanting to build towards the ranked bonus, then it is wise to focus your energy. So let's make this a little bit simple. So imagine that someone in your 3rd level had activated a sub panel 9, which is 4,500, and staked BTCC at a 1-to-2 ratio. Then your earnings would be 2% yield per week, which is $90 per week in Ethereum. Now imagine that and from that you get 5%, so that is $4.5 per week. Now imagine that there are dozens or hundreds of 15 levels doing the same. Then you get a very nice weekly income, and that's passive. So the key benefits of that is that there are bigger panels and sub-panels, therefore they're generating higher yields, and the higher commission is for you. The BTC staking is multiplying the yield and therefore multiplying your builder's income. It is weekly, residual, and scalable. And we've seen that already in the 6 weeks that we have been there. One of our pack had its 4x reached within 6 weeks. Some people are reaching the 4x of the $500 pack within a week. So it is really a system that is working on the basis of the combination of building and passively running your packages. And the company has then also created a rank reward system. And ranking and recognizing leaders in affiliate marketing is a very important part of creating a sustainable model. But very often it means that a leader has to basically pay for his own reward. In this system, that's not necessary. The level yield and the builder's yield, they are all counting to 2x, 3x, or 4x earning potential. But the rank is completely separate and therefore comes on top of that. And it ranges from $1,000 to $10 million. And if you look at the full reward system, it's over 16 million in rank rewards. That's possible. And therefore, what you see is that a number of people are working in teams or in consortia in order to earn this income. So what are the rank criteria? You have the required number of active direct referrals. You have a minimum business volume. You have required minimum of team size. You maintain active legs in a 40-30-30 ratio. And only for rank 10, you maintain 4 legs. It's important to make a screenshot of this because this is what the rank ladder works. And everybody has to start at the same start. Like everybody starts with the ignition pack. Everybody starts with working towards rank 1, which is your boot sequence. For that, you need active directs, 3 active directs, and a team volume of 15,000. That means you need 6,000 in leg 1 and 4,500 in leg 2 and 3. That means you basically need 12 packages of 500 in your first leg, 9 in your second, and 9 in your third. And that total gives you a team size of 30, which is perfect. Every member 1 pack. And if you've done that, you get a reward of $1,000. And then you can then extrapolate that same principles to rank 2 and rank 3. But in rank 4, something changes. In rank 4, it's not an amount that is there, but you need to have 3 times rank 3. And rank 5, you need 3 times rank 4, all the way up to rank 9, where you need 3 times rank 8. And then in rank 10, you need 4 times rank 9. So you make sure that you have that all the time. So this is not just about bringing people in. This is actually about building the principles of the system, teaching people the principles of the system, and then teaching people to teach others and build leaders. So in your personal development, you're also going through a whole development and guidance process, but you're not alone. You're always carried by the support of the organization, of leaders that have been here from the beginning, and of course, your own energy and the teams that you are building for yourself. These are the beautiful names of the ranks that are there: boot sequence, data uplink, grid maker, pulse operator. At this moment, rank 4. In these first 6 weeks, there are already 2 people rank 4. And why does the rank system work? Because it encourages balanced growth, it drives leadership duplication in teams, it unlocks millionaire rewards with structured team building. It's 100% additive. It never replaces your earnings. And with BitcoinCode user-centric approach, mining and harvesting BTCC is efficient, eco-friendly, and tailored for DeFi enthusiasts. BTCC, the blockchain, is going to thrive with this system. And we're able to do this because we have a clear compensation plan with terms, and we're keeping the rules clean. All earnings are calculated based on active subscription, and payouts are processed daily on Ethereum on the base network. Yield is generated from Alpha AI Yield Performance weekly. 5% admin fee is applied on all withdrawals. To qualify for Unilevel and Builders Income, users must maintain required number of active directs and BTCC staking. It's optional for the 2x to the 4x cap. Then the rank rewards are paid once upon meeting the criteria. Required minimum number of active directs, minimum team business volume, minimum team size, and at least 3 legs in 40-30-30 ratio. But for rank 10, 4 legs are required. Income limits are applied per subscription based on staking ratio: 2x without staking, 3x 1-to-1 staking, 4x with 1-to-2 staking. And users must follow all platform terms, stay compliant, and avoid manipulation or stacking. Our weekly payout schedule is on a Wednesday. And if you haven't exactly paid on activated your pack on a Wednesday, then you will get pro rata. We have Builders Yield income that is paid out also on a Wednesday, and it is distributed over 15 levels. It is separate from the yield that you get in purchasing your pack. Be aware, if you're running out of your potential income, then that what is going over it is going into unclaimed income. And then you have time until the next business closing to basically top up your account so that you're well within the margin of your unclaimed, of your potential income. If you don't do that, then you might lose that unclaimed income. So make sure you keep an eye on what's happening in your back office. And then the panel activation structure. As you could see, it went from 500 and then triple the value all the way to 120,500. You're not allowed to skip a step. The BTCC is there to multiply. If you do it 1-to-1, then your yield rate ranges from 1.25% to 2.5%, with the API capped at 130% max. If it is a 1-to-2 ratio, then your yield is, depending on what your investment level is 1.5 to 3%, and therefore the annual yield is capped at 156%. The sub-panel loans are really boosting the system. They are eligible up to the sub-panel 81. The sub-panel loans are applied directly to the panel, not the wallet, and explicit exclusion of sub-panel 243. The yield distribution paid weekly in Ethereum and based on the panel value plus the staking BTCC staking ratio. Accounts, panel stacking, multiple accounts are allowed, but they must be funded individually, and 3FO can investigate suspicious stacking patterns. Compliance and fair usage. 3FO reserves the right to enforce lock periods, suspend sub-panel loans for misuse. We are committed to making this a sustainable business for affiliate marketeers who are looking for a home, who don't have to hop from one community to another community to another community because the system wasn't working or the owner ran away with their money. This is a space that has proven itself to be sustainable in leadership, in community, in continuous development, in ownership, and we are continuously on the forefront of developing that what is needed to stay on top of your money matters now and in the foreseeable future. I thank you so much for being part of this presentation. I wish you a fantastic meeting with the person that was here and invited you. And I hope one day to welcome you in this community. Thank you very much. Grace, the floor is yours.
Chantal, the one thing I really do appreciate about you is that you give me so much credibility, because when I say there's going to be a fantastic, wonderful, clear presentation, you never fail me. Never. So thank you for that great information sharing and motivational, very inspirational. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you have the information now. And as Chantal has mentioned to you, please get back with the person who invited you to this presentation and ask some questions like, how do I get started? I mean, like yesterday, how do I get started now? So until then, we have for you another presentation tomorrow, just in case you want to come hear it again, and that will be wonderful. The more you hear it, the more you'll fall in love. And we will see you tomorrow and the next few days. Thank you so much for coming, and have a great rest of your time as I give it back to you. And thank you, everybody, for supporting this presentation. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Chantal.
Grace, you inspire every time.